local, lethal, and loud. This is the Scooter McGee Show on News Talk 1310 KFKA.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Good evening and welcome back, Gotham. Good evening, Metropolis, Emerald City, Xanadu, Babylon, to the ISS, and the rest of you. We will get to the headlines regarding Blucifer at D.I.A. tonight. I will open up the Greeley West Side Liquor hotlines at 877-353-1310 for the Quantum News Network Solstice edition of the Scooter McGee Show. I would not be surprised in this 24-hour cycle to see seismic or magmatic activity, not only at Yellowstone, but along the entire Rim of Fire. Fallout regarding President Trump, his executive orders, and a lot of you bitching, moaning, and complaining about children being kept in Walmart detention centers. Yeah. I'm never getting an apology from any of you freaks, but that's fine. But what part of concentration camps are you missing? At Walmart's. At Walmart's. I'm real curious there. And then for all of you progressive libtards out there, how can you attack Trump when Obama did the same fucking thing? So I'll take the hate on that too, 877-353-1310. I have no shame, so bring it on. Shame, shame, shame. Bully, bully, bully. Can't do that anymore unless it fits our agenda. We'll also in this hour be giving out Greeley Stampede tickets, and a very special thanks to Gould Parts Downtown Eaton. Longtime sponsor of the Greeley Stampede, as well as great programming here at KFK. But I want to open up the phone lines, as I said, against my better judgment. But stranger things happen on this show. 877-353-1310. Kicking it off, of course, Dan, our Patriot man from Windsor. Good evening,
Scooter.
Dan.
Scooter,
Yes, sir.
just hang up.
Hang up?
Yeah, just hang up now. I'm sorry. Oh, hey. So I promise not to cuss.
No, you're fine. Even when you do, it's okay. It's Dan. He's getting patriotic, and
My God.
I've got my hand right on the red button where it belongs.
Yeah, it's like when
We're good.
it's kind of like when you occasionally show up at church, you know.
Occasionally, it's once a year, and I missed last year, so come on.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not disparaging church. I'm just saying you've got to mind your P's and Q's out here in the general public,
Yeah, no, freedom of speech
And I
is
would
dead.
and I would ask that of the same of all these people that are just agent provocateurs of the fomenting of the quasi sissy pant revolution that they think they want to start. They're morons for the most part.
Can you elaborate?
Well,
Or where do you
in the
want to
sense of-
start, I guess?
in the sense of this immigration.
Yeah, let's
thing,
start with the
latest
immigration.
Immigration. Oh, let's clarify. Illegal immigration?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but if you break into this country, all bets are off when it comes to the rights that citizens of the United States hold dear. Okay? So if we have to up the ante a little bit and try to at least quash a little bit of the free-for-all when it comes to running across the border, then it needs to be made specifically clear and not muddled down by our mainstream media when it comes to the exact policies and laws and rules and regulations that we've had in force for decades. And that includes Bush, and that included Obama, and now it includes Trump. And Trump does not own this thing. It is inherited. And it's unfortunate that he, to some degree, came up with an executive order today to turn these things around, but I kind of feel like he might overturn it here shortly anyway.
Exactly. Executive orders are just used in the salvo against the political discord of the time to, in theory, have the issue suddenly dissolve. Trump, in all fairness, did get in front of this very quickly, but My bigger problem is everyone posting these everyone liking and sharing these photographs showing kids being held in Walmart detention facilities. And Dan, you've been a longtime listener and supporter of this show, and I thank you. Trevor Carey started bringing up Walmart concentration camps.
Sure.
And
this is an ongoing thing.
And I believe I continued that. I don't think I've beaten the drum as hard lately, but I know I have not hallucinated in covering this multiple times, not only alone, but with the conspiracy keepers as well as other guests. So my disconnect of what the cuckoo is, you're all sharing this photograph inside of a Walmart detention facility. What part of, you're just changing the word Walmart concentration camp to Walmart detention facility, when in fact they're called relocation detention camps?
Yeah. And been ongoing for how many years now? That
Rex 84. That would be Iran-Contra, Ronald Reagan, 1980, 1988.
Exactly. Yes. So we're talking 30 years.
30 plus, yes, sir.
And this is coming to light.
And yes, I also believe that the executive orders to defuse this.
The entire problem is circling around illegal immigration into this country. That is the talking point. Legal immigration does not include the separation of men, women in any fashion from their children. This is an issue when it comes to illegal immigration.
Yep.
The first law being broken when you step across the border unannounced and uninvited and not vetted. I'm sorry. Now, we can be compassionate, but we need to be realistic. And the other side of all this thing is, Trump alluded to this approximately a year ago, and he had brought attention to child trafficking.
Yes.
And sex slave trade.
We just had 2,000 plus arrests across the United States of another sex trafficking ring. The meeting, of course, is silent.
Yes, exactly. But it all feeds the narrative. And the thing is that you have people that are ill-informed and they are running on emotion. And the point is that I don't think necessarily that they're trying to get people of a socialist mindset to rise up and start a revolution. I think what they are trying to do is to break down the will of people with some conservative or civil values, and albeit, even if it be spiritual and that connection with God, they're trying to break down those of us who hold some tenets of humanity and rely upon our Creator to help us guide our principles and our actions, moreover than anything, even above words. They're trying to get us to break down and fire the first shot across the bow.
Boy, I sure think they've lit the fuse. I think Americans now are just more mad than ever.
It's the dialectic. Mm-hmm. And so, this story pops up with the children being separated, and oh my gosh, this thing came out of the blue, like you say, and like others have said, this is just a distraction. It's just a way to lead people away from Mueller investigations, IG reports, and everything else that's involved right now.
Yeah, the reports coming out of that are absolutely now exonerating Trump and vilifying Clinton. The sex scandal and the child issue sex scandals going on in the Clinton campaign, confirmed in the Podesta emails, as well as the 30,000 plus deleted and the criminality there. Now we're discovering that FBI was, what are they, the 302s. They were modifying, updating, or, changing. That's great verbiage, guys. On my planet, that's called falsifying.
Exactly. And basically, inflating accusations in order to get this FISA warrant and to therefore continue this quote-unquote investigation.
And they call it spin. As I open tonight's show, I call that lying. Congress lies, it's politics. You or I do it, it's a felony.
Yeah, it's a mistruth or a statement. Of
I
course,
misspoke.
we're
Yes,
always
correct.
changing things from a criminal investigation to a matter, of course. And so this is the swamp that we're dealing with.
In all fairness, then, Dan, as we mutually agree that this is another attempt to distract, and yet everyone's saying you got to talk about these stories. The people are pissed. Well, I know they're pissed, but, and I'll ask the question, we'll do a quick 2-minute break and let you collect your thoughts and answer it. We agree that this is a diversionary tactic. This is using the court of public opinion to distract. So my question I pose to you before we go here at 17 after the hour, what story are they, again, other than the Trump IG and what's going on in the swamp, what else, if anything, are they trying to keep us away from? That's my question to you. Dan, our Patriot man, joining us on the Greeley Westside Liquor Hotline, 877-353-1310. Looking to get booze delivered. Greeley and Evans. Et al. Greeley and Evans. 970-353-0036 from the CRP 4x4 studios. I am Scooter McGee, and we will be back with Dan, our Patriot man.
What may be junk to you just might be another man's treasure. From stamps, sports memorabilia, silverware, or old jewelry, what may be junk to you just might be another man's treasures. Located at 2002 9th Street in Greeley, Another Man's Treasures can take these old items and convert them into cold, hard cash. Located at 2002 9th Street, remember Another Man's Treasure.
So you think the Pawn Stars are in Vegas, huh? Have you been to City National Pawn? 3301 West 10th Street in Greeley, and you're the Pawn Star. With great deals on commercial and industrial tools, electronics, smartphones, laptops, and fine jewelry. So many great deals and a constantly changing inventory guarantee you get the best deal in town at City National Pawn. Need quick cash fast? City National Pawn has got you covered there too. Monday through Friday and Saturdays, remember, you're the Pawn Star at City National Pawn, 3301 West 10th Street in Greeley.
Last time on the Hull Show.
I'm Mark Knudsen. This is the Hull Show. The overriding question here when we talk about the Denver Nuggets, how much help can the 14th pick in the NBA draft really be for the Denver Nuggets? Is it a difference-maker situation? There's rumors that they're trying to move up. There's rumors that they're trying to trade down and unload salary. We know they've got to try to get rid of Kenneth Faried somehow and, maybe Wilson Chandler. Who knows? How much can the draft help the Denver Nuggets?
This has been the Hull Show replay. For more, tune in weekdays from 11 to 1 on 1310 KFKA.
Matt Rivette started in real estate just in time for the bottom to fall out of the market. And it turns out it was a good time to start. From day one, Matt Rivette had to do it right. Serve the client. Turn for sale into sold. 32 years later, we know market conditions will change. But Matt Rivette's commitment to you won't. This is a good time to get to know Matt Rivette at Pro Realty. List your commercial, income, or residential property with Matt Rivette. Call Matt Rivette at 970-356-1234 or go to ProRealtyHomes.com.
Well, I'm glad to hear Chris is okay. What's the condition of his car?
It can be fixed. I'm just waiting to hear from my insurance adjuster as to where.
We'll take it over to Auto Collision Specialists. They've repaired my cars for years.
I wanted to, but my adjuster says I'll have to pay additional costs out of my own pocket to have it repaired at Auto Collision Specialists.
Stop. You pay your insurance premiums in good faith every month with the expectation that if you have an accident, your insurance company will pay what's necessary to repair your car correctly. In many cases, that's not what happens. Scare tactics like threatening to make you pay out of pocket or not warranting the work are tricks that will not be tolerated at Auto Collision Specialists. You can rest assured we have your best interests at heart and will do everything in our power to make sure your insurance company fulfills its commitment to you. Remember, insurance companies don't fix cars. We do.
Auto Collision Specialists, we'll take care of that.
Cutting-edge commentary from the edge of reality. The Scooter McGee Show is back on News Talk 1310 KFKA.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
back, Gotham. Good evening, Metropolis, Emerald City, Xanadu, Babylon, the ISS, and the rest of you. Get ready for the Greeley Stampede. Kicks off Friday. And tune in, of course, the Stampede tonight with Tanner Schwint. That'll be 5 to 6 p.m. We got chance of, again, Greeley Stampede tickets. I've got them tonight. They're right here. We are going to add a date. Well, you can't add a date to World War II history, can you? Unless you listen to the monologue. The last hour of the show will be posted here at the bottom of the hour now. We need a new video format. Oh, and I want to ask people out there regarding employment. I'm going to start started in radio when I was driving taxi. When I discovered what leases are on the cars for Uber or Lyft, I figured out this is a way I can save the show. Which is the better way to go? Driving Uber, driving Lyft, or does somebody out there still believe that loyalty does exist after the Gambinos? We'd have BG and PG before Gambino and post Gambino. So, yeah, I'm desperately looking for a job. But apparently I don't have enough visible mark scars, tattoos, or look like anything coming out of the top shelf of a tackle box. So, bottom of the hour, commercial on this day in Illuminati history, a date from World War II. It's a very simple one, Greeley Stampede tickets. Meanwhile, Dan, our Patriot Man, is on the phone with us, 970-353-1310. That is the Greeley Westside Liquor Hotline. Special thanks to Rob and everybody up there. 3301 West 10th Street. They do deliver to all of Greeley, all of Evans, 970-353-0036. So my question to Dan, we mutually agree that the executive orders so quickly regarding the situation and the children, we mutually agree this is a diversionary, distractionary tactic by them. Call them or they what you like. Okay, if we're being distracted, other than the IG report, other than the swamp and what's going on in our nation's capital, in theory, what are we being diverted from? Now, you want to chime in on this discussion? 970-353-1310. Welcome back, Dan, our Patriot Man. Welcome back, Dan.
Thanks, Scooter. Well, I thought about it, and, there are global financial situations going on right now. I mean, yeah, and certainly they can be tied directly to the trade talks and the controversy there. But I think the general diversionary tactic, in a sense, is just tied to prosperity. It's tied to just a sense of well-being. The thing that we are all being led around the nose by on a daily basis is the topic of the day. But the thing is like people generally don't wake up in the morning with an agenda other than to get along.
Get through their day, pay their bills, go to work, maybe have a little fun, have a drink after work, maybe go out for a little and rinse, lather, repeat. That's the average American. There's nothing wrong with that other than you're a slave.
Walking through the door of general business, opening the door for somebody coming in and going out, saying thank you and you're welcome, not a problem there. Most people don't walk around with a chip on their shoulder, as I have seen, where these things are being, these topics that are being brought up by this mainstream media, they're basically just a fifth column, if you will. Yeah, we get that, but I mean, the distraction is the clip. It's the 24-hour news cycle, if you will. It's the constant barrage that basically causes good people with good intentions to just give up and walk away from trying to even keep up with what the general topic of the day is anymore. That's what's happening.
Would we also agree that's exactly what the media wants, is to dilute the pool so much that people just want to be left alone, much like the speech you brought up last time from the movie Network, you've meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale. People just want to be left alone in their homes.
Exactly. And, if there's anything in common between the Bush family and the Obamas, let's say, it's an establishment agenda that put them both in place anyway. Trump is not that, so therefore everything not to them is Trump's fault. Okay, fine, if that's how you want to spin it. But, I mean, my gosh, I mean, people do not dig into the weeds when it comes to actually finding out the truth anymore. They read the headline and they move on.
Correct.
It's,
They
everything
like
is
it, they
within the
share
first
it, but
10
they
words.
didn't read it. Yep, that they read the little caption underneath. They don't read the article. I have literally posted a story on social media and then refresh the page. You look, 72 shares. I just posted the story 2 minutes ago. It took me 20 minutes to read. It was 9 pages and 8 clicks long. How could you like and share something so well you didn't read it? It was a teaser headline. It was topical. It made everyone who shared it, well, I'm on this side, and this is because this is because I'm seeing it being posted everywhere else, and I'm in the majority. No. And again, that's why my disconnect this morning. Wait a minute. All of these photos showing a concentration camp, a relocation detention facility, and you're worried about the children
screaming out mother and father and daddy and mommy in English.
And I'm sorry, I brought up the other night. It is December 30th. It is 98. And the year before the, quote, millennium. But yeah, so anyway, long story short, Mrs. Scooter is at the Brown Palace. I'm at Market 41, either side of Lodo. The kids, for whatever reason, get whatever time. Okay, mom's got, I can't have the kids here at the Brown. Fine, send them down here to the nightclub. I'll run them home. And we get in the car, and I'm flying underneath 20th and Chestnut, and right at the top, there's a motorcycle cop on the 30th of December, and he bags me 60 plus in a 25. And I got the kids in the car. And, okay, I'm going to lose my license. God, I never should have brought these kids home. Okay, fine. And the guy goes, look, I'm not going to give you a ticket, but Scooter, you realize you have a warrant for your arrest. What? He goes, yeah, I got it. What? No. Let me just run I can't. I already called back up. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I've got wait a minute. The house is right there. You can see the house. Let's just go over to the house and I'll show you the paperwork. He goes, you're going to have to go get somebody, but you got to have somebody get the kids. Well, the kids had one of the best afternoons of their lives. They're watching me getting handcuffed. Meanwhile, they take me down to Bannock in Denver. They don't know what to do with me, so they handcuff me to one of the benches. Now it's shift change, and the guys are, Scooter, what are you doing here? I don't know. Finally, it's like 9 o'clock at night. The paperwork is, and the clerk goes, what are you doing with this copy? This is the guy. Yeah, I stole it when I left court. I told you I went to court. Can I go now? Yes, we're very sorry. And I took the high road. I'm not going to sue anybody. It was a paperwork mistake, not my fault. Meanwhile, I get the humiliating. Now I know what the morning after, what is the walk of shame? I'm coming out of Bannock, and the kids, Marilyn's there, and she's got the kids in the car. I just desperately want a cigarette. And I'm like, kids, and Marilyn's like, the kids are okay with this. They understand. They know you didn't do anything. It was a paperwork issue, and thank God, I wasn't Scooter and yelling and screaming and swearing in front of them. But I'm a law-abiding person. Now, Marilyn and I everyone knew her as Mrs. Scooter. We're not married. These were her kids. Had there not been a check and balance to get somebody to call so-and-so to get these kids right now, where would they have wound up? Social services.
Exactly.
Social services.
Yes.
Period.
Automatic.
Right. And I'm not, this isn't, Scooter got special treatment. No. I had the old Motorola Gray thingy, that phone. You can make a call. It's going to take a few minutes for the sergeant to get here. If you can get somebody here to grab the kids. And I'm 7 blocks away from the nightclub. Of course I can get somebody here to grab the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's now I had the means to do that. But otherwise, they weren't even my kid. You think she would ever gotten in bed with me again if I had sent her kids to social services blowing through Lodo at 60 plus miles an hour on 20th Street? Of course not.
That's a problem.
Of course.
However,
but that's the reality, and I'm a white Roman Catholic Irish goof.
But the law worked in the meantime. And
correct.
Yes, maybe it's a bit of an inconvenience, but however.
But it's the law.
We're not talking about.
And we're still back to illegals
here. We're not talking about anything to that degree of what the potentials are, and obviously, people in these other countries that are, breaking in here, I mean, sure, through the grapevine, and maybe they're not reading United States code or anything like that, or anything in the administrative justice side of our country's dealings in these kind of issues. But they get the general idea that if you got a kid on your hip and you can force that child to proclaim you as a parent, well,
But they're using the child as a weapon when the reality is that this is just the system. If they tried to walk across south or north, they'd be treated much differently. They'd lose their kids. They'd be placed in jail. 31 after, 29 to the top. We'll wrap it up with Dan, our Patriot man on the other side. We'll get to On This Day in Illuminati History, and we'll get to Greeley Stampede ticket giveaways right here from the CRP 4x4 Studios on the Scooter McGee Show.
The skills you can develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you an edge in the high-tech job market of tomorrow. The Guard offers career training to take advantage of your skills in science, technology, engineering, and math that can help give you a leg up to a high-paying and rewarding STEM profession. Get a head start on your career while earning money to pay for college. Log on to NationalGuard.com to learn about all of the STEM career opportunities in the Army National Guard. Sponsored by the Colorado Army National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Dave Frazier from KWGN Channel 2 Pinpoint Weather. Looks like the temperature is going to be warming up. Tonight, comfortable, mostly clear and down into the low 50s. We'll be in the low 80s with mostly sunny skies on Thursday. Mid 80s, maybe a thunderstorm or two late in the day on Friday, but they will be widely scattered. Back to dry, sunny, and in the 80s again on Saturday. And then a better chance for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday as temperatures cool into the 70s.
This weather update is brought to you by North Range Behavioral Health. Visit northrange.org.
Hey, you party animals and super fans out there. Greeley Westside Liquor's got your party covered. Be the hit of your next party by calling 970-353-0036. That's 353-0036. Greeley Westside Liquor delivers to all of Greeley. Fast through the drive-thru and even faster by delivery from the friendliest folks in Greeley. Remember 30th and 10th Street? Remember Greeley Westside Liquor delivers after 4, open 8 a.m. to midnight 7 days a week, and Greeley Westside Liquor is your Party Bowl Central. Matt Rivette started in real estate just in time for the bottom to fall out of the market, and it turns out it was a good time to start. From day one, Matt Rivette had to do it right. Serve the client. Turn for sale into sold. 32 years later, we know market conditions will change, but Matt Rivette's commitment to you won't. This is a good time to get to know Matt Rivette at Pro Realty. List your commercial, income, or residential property with Matt Rivette. Call Matt Rivette at 970-356-1234 or go to ProRealtyHomes.com.
Last time on the Hull Show.
I'm Mark Knudsen. This is the Hull Show. The overriding question here when we talk about the Denver Nuggets, how much help can the 14th pick in the NBA draft really be for the Denver Nuggets? Is it a difference maker situation? There's rumors that they're trying to move up. There's rumors that they're trying to trade down and unload salary. We know they've got to try to get rid of Kenneth Faried somehow and maybe Wilson Chandler. Who knows? How much can the draft help the Denver Nuggets?
This has been the Hull Show replay. For more, tune in weekdays from 11 to 1 on 1310 KFKA.
The problem with most gyms is, well, they're gyms. Double Diamond CrossFit knows what it takes to get the results you're looking for. CrossFit is high-intensity, short workouts designed to improve your core and cardiovascular strength. Double Diamond CrossFit has classes throughout the day with certified coaches. You show up, warm up, and build your better body, all with the support of the CrossFit family. Double Diamond CrossFit on the corner of 59th Avenue and 10th Street in Greeley. Call 970-302-2024. And don't forget to ask how you can get a free week on us.
Starting Friday, tonight at the Stampede will broadcast live from the Greeley Stampede every afternoon at 5. Brought to you by Eaton Sales and Service on 1310 KFKA.
Welcome back, Gotham. Good evening, Metropolis. Emerald City, Xanadu, Babylon to the ISS, and the rest of you. Stand by to win your Greeley Stampede tickets. Just going to wrap it up with Dan, our Patriot man. After on this day, we're going to take one day out of World War II history, since many of you obviously still versed in World War II history, in theory. The headline will be 621 during World War II, and this will be the American engagement of World War II dates of history. December 7th, 1941 through August of 1945. Then we have Blucifer to discuss. The Blue Horse at D.I.A. Yes. You know, if those Freemasons had just put a comma in front of New, World Airport Commission, then this whole thing wouldn't have happened. Yeah. People say the New World Order doesn't exist. We do not have to go over that discussion again, but we'll wrap up our discussion with Dan, our Patriot man.
Thanks again, bro.
Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, hey. So, if Blucifer is what it is, and let's just consider the architect or the artist, if you will, as Antichrist, there should be 12 martyrs. So I just wonder how many people have been martyred by distracted driving.
Ooh, there have been reported multiple accidents in that stretch of, because, and many of the accident survivors, they claim they became transfixed because of the luminescent eyes.
Sure, exactly.
They would one, twice, triple, and then bang into somebody.
Let's say 3 people have passed away from distracted driving from looking at this hideous thing.
That'd be 9, then. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, 8. The artist plus 3,
so,
that would be 8.
You know, maybe there's a connection there. I'm not sure. So what are they doing exactly? I'm sure you may elaborate on this.
No, I've got the entire cover. The Blue Stallion, referred to as locals by Blucifer, has been the figurehead.
So are they going to chop it up? Or are they going to move it off? Or
they are going to remove it today, Thursday, 6/20/18. Denver officials meeting to decide the fate of the inspiring art piece. Current Governor John Hickenlooper says we simply have to. The statue has inspired a lot of backlash from the general public, and it goes so far as to extend death threats to the art commissioner of Colorado. Hickenlooper refused to speak to the subject of the Denver Tribune reporters, but with the aid of Denver Public Records, it's coming out. The Freemason agenda, etc. Well, it's time that this thing be taken down.
On summer solstice day?
I find that announcement so interesting.
Yeah, just thread off of that thing. Hey, I'll let you get real quick. Peter Fonda.
Yes.
Pretty much irrelevant for the most part.
Agreed.
But then again, the term, so what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Well, in today's markets, with today's headlines, we'll see where that's going to go.
Potential revenue, because again, bad press is better than no press in my world, and what a coincidence, he's got a movie coming out.
Yeah, no, it's all posturing, of course. It's just manufactured timed events in order to lead people around by the nose. Again, another distraction.
Well, sorry that your eyes are awake and you can see into the Matrix, but hail the Republic, my friend.
All right, you too, pal. I appreciate your time.
877-353-1310. Let's get to the headlines of the past. New listeners, it is time for On This Day in Illuminati History. Headline 621, back in time. Now, when you hear the World War II date, which I can tell you now, it's going to be 1941. 877-353-1310, 970-353-1310. Just be on the phone and know what happened in World War II history tomorrow, 1940. What year again? That's right, 1941. Scooter, you said December 7th. I know. American involvement. This would be the Germans. They started it. Only appropriate. It is on this day, 1788, the United States Constitution goes into effect. New Hampshire now becoming the 9th state to ratify it. It is on this day, 1859, Andrew Lonergan. He receives the first rocket patent. 1859. Chicago, Illinois, 1893. The World's Columbian Exposition and the introduction of the Ferris wheel. Oh, that glass ceiling again, 1913. Georgia Broderick. She becomes the first woman to jump out of an airplane. I'm assuming to her own accords and volitions. Were we throwing them out before? 1937. Leon Blum's popular front cabinet resigning in Paris. All right, here it starts. 1938, here in the District of Criminals. Then President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signing the $3.75 billion Emergency Relief Appropriations Act. The following year, 1939, tomorrow, 6/21, Lou Gehrig quits baseball due to the illness that now bears his name. 1941, we will forego. You should know this day in Illuminati history. What did the Germans do tomorrow, June 21st? That wins you Greeley Stampede tickets. 1945, Pan Am announces an 88-hour around-the-world flight. Your cost, $700. '54, the American Cancer Society reporting significantly higher deaths among cigarette smokers than non-smokers. It is on this day. 1963. France announces they're withdrawing from the NATO fleet, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. 73. The United States Supreme Court rules that states may ban materials found to be obscene according to local standards. 85. Scientists announce the skeletal remains exhumed in Brazil are in fact those of Nazi war criminal Josef Mengele. And it is on this day tomorrow, covered media-wise around the world. I watched it. I'm not here. Actually, I'm still in my old life. Spaceship One. Designed by Burt Rutan, of course, piloted by Mike Melville, reaches 328,491 feet above the Earth in her 90-minute flight. The height is 400 feet above the distance scientists considered to be the boundary of space, with it being the X Prize of a civilian who could reach space. 877, okay, I got one. Hold on. 877-353-1310. Our date in Illuminati history, 1941, June 21st, the Russians. Okay. I'm giving it to you. It's tomorrow, 1941. It's what did the Germans do to the Russians? Call me back. The Germans started it. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. They invaded Poland. 87735. I don't know how much more of a hint I can give you guys. Well, let me see. No. On this day, tomorrow, June 21st, the German troops are not playing tiddlywinks. They're not waiting for a second order of Sauerbraten. They're busy right now. What are the German troops doing with the Russians? 1941, June. All right? It's a very simple answer. This is not sneaking anybody out. This isn't changing names. This isn't some covert operation. It's a publicly known day in World War II history, the Germans and the Russians. All right? What? Is that not close enough? Fine. I tell you what, We're going to push 47 after 13 to the top. A quick commercial break. Light up the phones while I'm out having a Coke and a smoke. 1941, June 21st. What are the German troops doing around the Russians? Because they're not looking for vodka. They would have stopped at Greeley West. They wouldn't have stopped at Greeley West Side Liquor. They'd have had it delivered. They'd have called 970-353-0036. We'll be back, Gotham.
What may be junk to you just might be another man's treasure. From stamps, sports memorabilia, silverware, or old jewelry, what may be junk to you just might be another man's treasures. Located at 2002 9th Street in Greeley, Another Man's Treasures can take these old items and convert them into cold, hard cash. Located at 2002 9th Street, remember, Another Man's Treasure.
So you think the Pawn Stars are in Vegas, huh? Have you been to City National Pawn? 3301 West 10th Street in Greeley, and you're the Pawn Star. With great deals on commercial and industrial tools, electronics, smartphones, laptops, and fine jewelry, so many great deals and a constantly changing inventory guarantee you get the best deal in town at City National Pawn. Need quick cash fast? City National Pawn has got you covered there too. Monday through Friday and Saturdays, remember, you're the Pawn Star at City National Pawn, 3301 West 10th Street in Greeley.
Last time on the Hull Show.
I'm Mark Knudsen. This is the Hull Show. The overriding question here when we talk about the Denver Nuggets, how much help can the 14th pick in the NBA draft really be for the Denver Nuggets? Is it a difference maker situation? There's rumors that they're trying to move up. There's rumors that they're trying to trade down and unload salary. We know they've got to try to get rid of Kenneth Faried somehow, and maybe Wilson Chandler. Who knows? How much can the draft help the Denver Nuggets?
This has been the Hull Show replay. For more, tune in weekdays from 11 to 1 on 1310 KFKA.
What may be junk to you just might be another man's treasure. From stamps, sports memorabilia, silverware, or old jewelry, what may be junk to you just might be another man's treasures. Located at 2002 9th Street in Greeley, Another Man's Treasures can take these old items and convert them into cold, hard cash. Located at 2002 9th Street, remember, Another Man's Treasure.
Well, I'm glad to hear Chris is okay. What's the condition of his car?
It can be fixed. I'm just waiting to hear from my insurance adjuster as to where.
We'll take it over to Auto Collision Specialists. They've repaired my cars for years.
I wanted to, but my adjuster says I'll have to pay additional costs out of my own pocket to have it repaired at Auto Collision Specialists.
Stop. You pay your insurance premiums in good faith every month with the expectation that if you have an accident, your insurance company will pay what's necessary to repair your car correctly. In many cases, that's not what happens. Scare tactics like threatening to make you pay out of pocket or not warranting the work are tricks that will not be tolerated at Auto Collision Specialists. You can rest assured we have your best interests at heart and will do everything in our power to make sure your insurance company fulfills its commitment to you. Remember, insurance companies don't fix cars. We do.
Auto Collision Specialists will take care of that.
The problem with most gyms is, well, they're gyms. Double Diamond CrossFit knows what it takes to get the results you're looking for. CrossFit is high intensity, short workouts designed to improve your core and cardiovascular strength. Double Diamond CrossFit has classes throughout the day with certified coaches. You show up, warm up, and build your better body, all with the support of the CrossFit family. Double Diamond CrossFit on the corner of 59th Avenue and 10th Street in Greeley. Call 970-302-2024. And don't forget to ask how you can get a free week on us.
Starting Friday, tonight at the Stampede will broadcast live from the Greeley Stampede every afternoon at 5. Brought to you by Eaton Sales and Service on 1310 KFKA.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
The horse that killed its maker, Blucifer. Commissioned. How is Misha? Has anybody seen her lately? Oh, she owes me money. Welcome back. I am Scooter McGee. Blucifer. The Blue Horse at D.I.A. commissioned by Federico Peña's committee in the mid-90s. The artist still working on it on June 13th, 2006. When a piece of the sculpture fell and, it killed him. The statue finally unveiled on 2/11. That's right. February 2008, 2/11. The intense glare. Its imposing stature. The horse is a target of crackpot theories. An idea that Blucifer, as it's widely called by fans and foes alike. No, we don't call it Blucifer, okay? One of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Now, the artist is one thing who inspired Blucifer. The nun who may have inspired the creation, Lydia Peña. The blue Mustang, the 32-foot horse with these vibrant, gleaming red, orange, they suggest that this is for the Broncos, which is... Yeah, it's not, but okay. And the New World Order airport plaque, the Masons forgot to put a comma in, and they was just too lazy, and they didn't want the expense of, having to carve another. I know, it kind of sucked, didn't it? So it should say the World Airport Commission, the new World Airport Commission, but we forgot the comma. Screw the commas. Let's go back to the phones. 877-353-1310. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from, please? Hello? They hang up? Hello? I answered. It's probably one of the county commissioners. I'm sorry. Should have answered that. Equal time, you can come on the show. You don't have to just lurk. And if you want to listen to the show, you can just download the 1310 KFK free TuneIn app. Where were we? Blucifer. Sorry, I hear that. Okay. So, yeah, well, the New World Order Airport isn't supposed to say New World Order Airport. See, we were supposed to put a comma in there. Anybody want to explain the murals? Children laying in coffins. Stormtroopers with gas masks and automatic weapons. Gargoyles are for good luck. What the are those doing in there? What? What the? Gargoyles. The inscription in one of the murals, I was once a little child who longed for other worlds. These are the kids in their coffins. I was once a little child who longed for other worlds, but I'm no more a child, for I've known fear. I've learned to hate. How tragic then is youth, which lives with enemies, with gallows ropes, yet still I believe. I only sleep today that I'll wake up a child again and start to laugh and play. It's kind of tough when you're laying in a coffin with your eyes closed. And again, when it comes to the murals, let me just point out to you, if it looks like a skunk, smells like a skunk, acts like a skunk, it's not a gopher. Or prairie dog, in case Mimi's listening. There have been far too many, quote, coincidences when it comes to all of the misappropriation of funds out of D.I.A. For example, building buildings, alleging you put them in the wrong place, and instead of moving them, you just decide to bury them. D.I.A. has been, quote, under construction for the last 20 years with minimal construction. The majority of it has been, that's right, underground work there out there. Excavation in a lot of underground facilities that, well, you conspiracy theorists think there's something going on in there. Yeah, anything below 5. I've got a listener who sends pics once in a while. Even he's scaredless out there. And I understand. People need a job. I'm desperate for a job. You know anybody looking to hire somebody who's loyal, faithful, trustfully? What is it? A Cub Scout. Before I got Cub kicked out, I should be able to remember this. A scout is... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is the scout oath? On my honor, I will do my best to God and my country, obey the scout law at all times, and keep myself mentally fit and morally straight. Something like that. It's close. It's close. What? No. A scout is trustworthy, thrifty, courteous, kind, loyal, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I think that's close. I didn't go much. No, I understand the need of keeping your job, more afraid, but I don't show fear. I'm just going to go find another job. It's not that big a deal. But, Blucifer. Too many coincidences. And again, a giant boondoggle for the political elite here locally and nationally when it comes to construction out of D.I.A. No, excavation out of D.I.A. 20 years. And the conspiracy theories are not. Again, Occam's razor. If it looks like a duck and smells like a duck and quacks like a duck, well, it sure is not a goat. I don't know much about the Masons. Well, then maybe you might want to research. We'll be back for the third and final hour of the Scooter McGee Show. Matt Rivette started in real estate just in time for the bottom to fall out of the market. And it turns out it was a good